Well, this is unfortunate. I don't have enough. Well, maybe I do have enough for one collar piece, but I definitely do not have more or enough for more than one. So, hi for my sewing room. So, I am in the process of market prep, and one of my market prep items was this collar piece, but I need fusible interfacing, and this is all I have. I can't just run. Well, first of all, we're on a no spend this month. And second of all, I can't just run down to the store and grab it because the closest, like, most reliable sewing store to me is all the way in Lakeland or all the way in Maitland. There's probably another one somewhere, maybe Ultimate Springs or something. I don't know, but that's also far. I live in the Orlando area, and the Orlando area, unfortunately, with how artsy and crafty we are, does not support the local fiber. Well, I mean, okay, let me rephrase, because at least we have some fiber stores out here, fiber artist stores out here. It's just really unfortunate that there's not many, first of all. And second of all, there's just like a lot. There's no more Joanne. That's at the end of the day, there's no more Joanne. So that's my issue right now. I did make money recently. I made $5 off of a sale of my patterns. And I also made about $40 off of a sale for one of my spiderweb berets. I was going to use some of that money to buy more yarn to make more of those berets, because I no longer have my showstopper piece anymore. And because I don't have my showstopper piece, like, I'm going to a market next month. So I felt like maybe I should use some of that money on the market. And then maybe I should use some of that money on purchasing a bunch of interfacing, because I think that the back collars will be my sewing showstopper piece. Like, it's going to be harder for me to display those, so it's hard to call that a showstopper piece. But I don't want people to think I just crochet. I'm not going to lie, there's a negative connotation to being a crochet artist right now. Mostly the plushie artists. And then on top of that, being a crochet artist who deals mainly with clothing, a lot of people kind of undervalue our work. I don't know. Their plushes are cheaper than what I'm selling my stuff for. On Etsy, I'm selling my berets for $50, right? And it's not like, I'm not expecting that to move at all. I'm expecting to gain interest from it and people seeing me in market and being able to purchase at a lower price. It's a $10 difference. In person, you'd be able to purchase it for $40, which is still a lot for a lot of people right now, especially with the economic crisis we're going on through right now. It's art, and it's hard to value yourself and not like I'm not trying. I am trying. I'm trying to make sales, but I'm also not trying to be like a sellout, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to like lower my value because people can't afford it. And like, this sounds really, really like, I don't like sounding this way. I don't like making myself feel bigger than I actually am. But at the end of the day, I want to value my art, my original art, at a higher value because I worked hard on it, you know? But I don't know why I started talking about this. I think I'm going to purchase some fusible interfacing. Wow, I can't speak. And some yarn. Because, like, I do plan on all the money I make in market to be put in its own little account, because I have a Square Reader. I need to test it out and like do all that. I have a Square Reader card as well. All the money I'm making from market is going to be in that account, and that account is going to be specifically to go back into market, back into hobby stuff. Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to like sell stuff off so that I can fund my hobbies and my fashion and become a better fashion designer. So yeah, I don't want to spend the money now, but like, I need to spend the money now. All the sales I'm making off of my pattern, like the $5 patterns, I'm kind of counting it as my own spending money. But for like the intact pieces, I've been kind of hoping that that stays its own like spend on hobby money, if that makes sense. I know I talked to my husband about this the other day, and he's like, hey, yeah, you should probably do that because it's not you actually spending money. It's you spending money on your business and you got to spend money to make money. So I think it's okay to break the barrier there. I'm going to re-talk to him about it because like I want this month to be a no spend month. I really, really want to keep this month as no spend month. And in that, I mean, I don't want to buy new things. If I go on Hirschner and only buy the black sparkling yarn from Big Twist, then I think I can say that I only spent it on that. And then if I go on to Wallwack and only buy fusible interfacing, I may or may not buy, what's it called? It's not tracing paper, but it's kind of sort of like that. Because I think I want to also sell the pattern I used. Because I kind of made my own pattern for this collar. Sorry, we're in the bathroom. I don't feel like going back over there right now. But I used my own pattern, kind of. I leaned it off of another pattern that I had. I don't think I have it anywhere in here. But I leaned it off of another pattern another collar I had. I made it 1 inch longer. And now I feel like it's kind of my own. So I may or may not sell that at market. I have all my zines that need to be stapled and glued together. So that's another pattern I plan on selling at market as well. So, all right. Let me do what I did to come into the bathroom, whatever. And we'll be back in the sewing room. Girl eating hot chip and lying over here. Well, not really. I had enough to do 2. I wanted to have enough to do 3. But I think I could make 3 if I piece all of this together. That one should be my personal one. I want to be able to make more than one. And I also want to be able to put them online. I wanted to be able to make 5. But like 3 was me lowballing it. So since we don't have enough of this material, let me tell you about a future collab that I'm doing with one of my mutuals, Lyric. I believe they're Take a Chance Cosplay on Instagram. I don't really use Instagram. I guess it's called a Finsta at this point. I was putting like all my normal stuff from TikTok on Instagram. But then like once the TikTok ban happened, I was like, ooh, Meta has their dirty little grubby paws all over this. So I'm just not going to use Instagram and just detox myself from social media, which lasted less than 24 hours. But I was also on Red Note. I'm still on Red Note, by the way. It's in my bio, whatever. I don't know, description box. I don't really use Instagram. Plus, Instagram doesn't work the same way that TikTok does. TikTok, I was very easily able to find people like me. When I was on Instagram, I tried to do, like, the last time I was really on Instagram was pre-COVID. And I was really trying to make friends with the vintage community. And unfortunately, to my dismay, I'm neurodiverse and people don't like me. So I didn't realize that everything I was doing wasn't like likable. So I wasn't able to really make any friends when I had my Instagram, like just the photos part. Then they started adding the videos part and I uploaded a lot of my videos. And then I was just like, this is just too much to keep up with. So I still never found my niche. Like, niche is the wrong word because I do know what my niche is. It's 1940s mixed with J fashion. Like, that's such a weird niche. And there's not very many of us out there. But there are vintage / J fashion people out there. But specifically 1940s J fashion, I don't think there's many of us out there. Going back to the future collab, I am planning on a outfit to make for Halloween. So every year we do this like little Halloween thing. Let me find a better place to put you guys so I can talk to you guys and not bend weirdly. So I like to do, last year actually was the first year that we did it, but we were doing a cowboy theme last year because I made a Halloween outfit. Because every year I do a Halloween themed outfit, right? It's usually a entire black and orange outfit because Halloween colors. This year, I don't have the money to be purchasing more fabric, just orange and black fabric. Plus, I want to make something a little bit more wearable, like year round. I told you guys like last year was cowboy. I made a cowboy outfit. The year before it was a sailor outfit because I had a huge sailor outfit phase, which I'm still kind of in. And I kind of want to make a 1890s, 1900s sailor outfit again. I just don't know what material I want to use at this point. This year, we're going for like kind of a Ren Fair theme, right? Ren Fair or like medieval themed, Middle Earth themed. I want to use this fabric, and then this is going to be harder to show you guys, but this is a shower curtain that I bought from, what place was it? TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods. So it's a bat fabric. Let me see if I can get enough space for y'all. Ooh. So bat fabric, right? And then it runs up into this, oh, hold on. Nice little thing at the bottom. Little house, witch, trees, whatever. Yeah, all that jazz. So I want to use these fabrics, and then I also want to use these patterns. So from this pattern, I want to use the little corset thing, the little bodice thing, but I want to attach this bodice to this skirt. For both of these, well, yeah, I guess technically, both of these will be my first time using this pattern. I do have this sitting over there, the whole entire pattern, because I did try to start it with a fabric that I didn't really like. It's just sitting over there. I don't even know if this is going to be the right size, to be honest, because I didn't know how to read patterns. And let's be honest here, I probably still don't know how to really fully read patterns. So it does look like I did purchase the right pattern. If I cut it out at the right size, who knows? Probably not. So it says size 12 is 38 in Europe, but it doesn't say, oh, it says 36 inches, 90 centimeters in size 12. I wish that pattern makers would just do the inches and not do this 12, 14, 16 crap. It's so frustrating because size 12 in one pattern is size 12 in a different, or size 18 in a different pattern, you know? It's really annoying, and it just, I guess it forces you to read, but when you're starting off, I think it's not good for the sewing community, especially since there's a lot of animosity towards being a sewist, especially against women. So I saw this video on TikTok, and it was this woman who is, I believe she's a crocheter, and the news cycle, like Good Morning America, I believe, pulled some of her videos off of TikTok and called her grandma core, and she didn't give them permission, first of all. And from a big company like that, you would think that they know how to ask for permission for stuff like that, but whatever. Didn't ask for permission, and then called her grandma core, and she obviously was upset about it because she doesn't feel herself grandma core. I don't feel like I'm grandma core. The other day I was talking about like I'm into vintage stuff at work, and a lot of people were like, oh, like grandma core, you're into like grandma hobbies. And I'm like, well, I'm not into grandma core specifically, but the hobbies I do are considered grandma hobbies. So I guess, but I don't think that my style is very grandma core at all. There's a specific style for that. Going back to the TikToker, she was obviously upset about having her stuff ripped off of her, not being paid for any of the content that she made, and then being called grandma core. And her whole entire thing behind that was basically saying, hey, so yeah, they call me grandma core, and I don't believe I'm grandma core because I think what they're doing is trying to make it a trend, because they called it a trend, first of all. They called it a trend, and calling it grandma core kind of diminishes the value of it, because with what's going on in the United States right now, we do have a very big lack of tailoring done in the United States, because we're just like, oh, we'll buy it from a cheaper country. We'll buy it from Shein. We'll buy it from Temu. We'll buy it from any other big box store that's going to sell it to us for $20 and it breaks the next day. You know, that kind of stuff. And there's no, like, in a way, it's like the right to repair. Apple got sued for this. I don't remember how long ago, with their iPods and like changing their chargers all the time with each new upgrade and all that jazz. They got sued or told, hey, quit doing that shit, because a lot of people had to buy a new phone or go through the process of going through Apple itself to get their stuff repaired. So in a way, we don't have the right to repair when it comes to clothing, because nobody's taught how to sew their clothes, because it's not a basic necessity anymore, because we just buy it off of Shein and Temu. Any other like fast fashion thing, we just buy it from there instead of really appreciating the art of clothing making and garment making. So I don't know why I got to this point. It's a late night and I haven't talked in a while. I just woke up from a nap, kind of, and I've had a really busy week, and it was a full moon yesterday, and I feel really, really, really bad for my coworkers because they felt that full moon. So anyways, going back to what I was talking about, the collab I'm doing, we're using this bodice piece, this one right here. I'm sorry I don't have like light on. I don't feel like bringing the light over here. So yeah, sue me. And then we're going to use this skirt piece right here. So it's going to be, I told my mutual that it was going to be like kind of 1970s Ren Fair themed. But the more I look at it, I don't know if that's exactly what it's going for. The patterns I'm using are like, this is, I want to say more 50s. I don't know. This is more folklore-y, so I can't really say the exact time period. This one specifically mentions 80s on it. I don't know where it says it, but it says 1980s right there. And the next pattern that we're using is going to be a true vintage pattern. I'm really, really, really nervous because I'm going to have to trace over this, and I really hope that it's in my size. Oh boy, I sure hope it fits. But I'm planning on using this pattern. Let me be really careful with it because it's very fragile. From the 70s. I'm pretty sure it's 70s or late 60s. Does it say anywhere? Oh, 1968. Yeah, so late 60s. It says it somewhere back here. Sorry that you guys are mirrored, but it's somewhere over here. And I don't know. It says bust 36. I think I need a size a little bit higher, but it's fine. I specifically want it for the pussy bow right here. That's going to be so stinking cute. And so with these patterns, I plan on making this the overskirt pattern and then using this as the blouse pattern because it's so stinking cute. I've been looking at this pattern for a while. I mean, obviously, I've had it for a little bit. I got it. I thrifted it. I don't remember. It wasn't thrift. It was like antiquing it. And I don't remember exactly where I got it, but I saw it. I saw the bow on it. I'm like, that's my style. I have to get it. And it comes with a pants pattern and a vest pattern and a skirt pattern, which is surprising because this is this thin. And I'm so nervous. Like, this is better material. Like, it's kind of like cardboard material. Oh, just kidding. That's just the instructions. It might be pre-cut. Oh boy. If it's pre-cut, then I don't know. And there's a little bit of mold on it. And I know if Stephanie Canada were watching this, she'd be so upset that there's mold and like I shouldn't use it. However, I am me. I am cheap and poor and cannot afford to do all that. I will buy the bottom of the ring stuff, bottom of the shelf stuff, and just to trace over it and then, I don't know, bind it up. It's been sitting in this plastic bag forever, so it hasn't really been affecting me. I don't plan on it affecting me too harshly. I also grew up with a father who would smoke in the car with the windows barely cracked. So at this point, the damage is already done. So, all right, I'm going to fold up this fabric a little bit neatly. I have a lot more fabric sitting up here too, up in my chair right there. So I got to fold all that fabric because it's from when I washed the stuff the other day. And then after that, I may or may not at least get one of these collars done. My husband should be home by then or on his way home. So we'll talk about maybe possibly me purchasing. Like, I'm not using his money. It's just that I need more like affirmation. I guess that's the word. I need more people to tell me, hey, it's not a bad idea to purchase it, even though you're on a no spend, or to convince me not to spend it. Like, I'm on the fence with this. All right, so I have this fitted sheet. I don't think I want to make anything out of it. I think I actually want to use it for my bed. So I'm going to see if my husband is okay with it. Sir, I was in the middle of folding stuff, please. But I'm going to talk to him, see if we're okay with switching out our main bed with this or the dog bed. Because the dog bed also is a queen size bed. It's just one of the old beds. So my husband was gifted a bed when he turned 18 or when he graduated from high school. That was his gift. In Arkansas, it was much cheaper to live, so he was able to buy a house like at 19. And so that was kind of his sending off present. That's the side bed that we have. We also have like our grown-up bed. It was a purple bed. And honestly, not the worst, but not the best. Like, it's great because it keeps everything cool, especially for my husband who sleeps warm. But like, it's also not comfortable. But it's very expensive, so I don't know if I would highly suggest it. It's an okay bed. I know not all of us are going bed shopping at this point. Like, we're just making do with what we have. But if you are going bed shopping, maybe search around a little before you settle on purple. It's a good investment for Florida if you don't plan on using your AC, but it's not very soft. Good morning. We're out on the porch while Apollo pukes in the backyard. I think he already finished, so you guys don't have to hear that disgusting. Oh, no, he looks like he's still gagging. Yeah, poor baby. I don't know what he ate. But anyways, we're on the porch, and I'm going to show you what my little baby looks like. She's sprouting, or she's about ready to harvest. So this one just bursted open last night. And there was a little lizard hanging on it. It was so cute. I have it on my TikTok. And then this one was opened yesterday prior to me coming out here. It's not ready to harvest yet, but it's getting close. I think after these ones are ready to like harvested, I'm going to trim it down so that it has more bowls, like room for bowls to like come out, or squares, whatever. We have 3 on this one over here. There's 2 right there. And then there's one right there that's going to start forming soon. And then there's another square back there. So I'm going to trim this one down once these ones are ready to harvest. Because this one only had, well, it had a 3rd one, but it fell off. So I got to be really careful and delicate with those ones back there. But look how exciting that is. Sorry to not be actually sewing. I forgot to ask my husband how he felt about me. Like, it's not his money, it's my money. But like I said, I need the additional, like, I don't know, backup or whatever. Anyways, we're playing Infinity Nikki, and I'm like halfway through the story. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I'm past the part where you go in the box, and now I'm doing the invitations. I really love how Infinity Nikki like goes back to older places and gives it more of a story, an in-depth story. I missed the Philomena part where you go to the castle. I was not playing Infinity Nikki at the time, and I wish I was, because I'm sure I would have loved all the dresses. I love that storyline. I haven't finished the Flora Wish one, the Wish Balloon area. I haven't finished that. This one is based around the Bibcoon Cafe, and like, it gives the areas more life and depth, because like, I'm somebody that doesn't always play every single day because it's just too much to keep up with. I have a lot of things going on in my life, so it's nice to like still be able to come back and play older storylines or DLC. They're not DLCs, but they're like patches, I guess. It's nice to be able to go back and play those patches. It just sucks that you can't get the nice pretty dresses with it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep on playing this. I was playing Minecraft earlier. Minecraft's a little bit like, I don't know, there's not a story to it. I'm just building a pink building right now. And yeah, I did finish crocheting this. So all I got to do is make the stars to go on it. So this is the second iteration. The first iteration was with the moon. Let me grab it real quick. This is the first iteration. I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I think the moon is too small, and then I feel like it needs more. So I'm going to put a poll kind of on my TikTok to see how everybody else is feeling. This is the first iteration. This one is just going to be stars. And then depending on what everybody else says, like if I could make this bigger, or if they just like the stars in general, I'll go with that. One will be for me, one will be for sale eventually. Like, it's not going to go on my shop yet because I'm going to wait until after Halloween to do a new drop, just because, like, I want to give myself time and I don't want to have to, like, put it up there and then pull it down, you know? So, yeah. All right. Back to video games. So Infinity Nikki has this new like mini game thing, and it's a rhythm game, and I love rhythm games. I've been playing rhythm games since like, I don't know, 2005. And so I thought this was going to be an easy one. And for some reason I just can't get past B. Well, I have A plus now, but like the hit sound doesn't make sense. So it's completely audio. So you have to be able to audibly hear the music. Visually, it does not line up. So you can't turn off the hit sound. When you press the button and the line hits the line, if that makes sense. Like, it's hard to explain, especially if you're not a rhythm game player. But as a rhythm game player, like, think of DDR when the arrows hit the arrow at the top. So you have an arrow coming up to show you what the next move is. And when it hits the top, it's supposed to like sync up. It doesn't do that on here. And there's a sound that, like, an audio to the hit sound, and you can't turn that off. And that does not line up with the music. And I am not the only one with this problem. I've looked on the subreddit, for the official subreddit, actually, and a lot of rhythm game players are saying the same exact thing. And then there's a lot of people who aren't rhythm game players that are really confused too. And it's bad on PC. It's bad on mobile. They need to fix this. I love rhythm games. I really, really, really love rhythm games. And the fact that it's just not syncing up no matter how much I change the settings, it's frustrating. So if you are playing Infinity Nikki, what I've read is that the playing 6 songs counts even if you fail it. So if you're not into rhythm games, just put it on in the background, let it play out. It's not going to affect your gameplay. You're not going to get any rewards if you do double S or S plus. I would love to do double S, but that's a me thing because I'm a rhythm game player. But yeah, really frustrating. Infinity Nikki, I love when you try new things, but you guys got to execute it a little bit better, please. All right, so news on getting this game working. You have to go to your settings, and like the delay calibration, I don't think that actually works with the manual calibration. I don't know how it works because I don't know. I'm at 154 ms. I have my custom flow speed to 2.5. I might lower that. I don't know. But for the background, I just do image. And my husband brought up a good point, and he said that it might be lag, and I'm inclined to believe that's true. I just got an 85% on easy mode on find my way. So that being the case, I think it really is due to lag. I'm gonna work around some more of it, but I think really the background is part of the issue. And I'm going to try the manual calibration again. I might work with tilted track because my eyes are starting to not like what's going on. So I'll update you guys. Final update on this rhythm game. So delay calibration I have at 154. I could probably edit that a little bit. His sound effects, you can't turn that off, unfortunately, and that's what's throwing me off. Custom flow speed I have at 2. Background is just image. Tilted track I have on because the static image, like, although I feel sick now because I've been playing rhythm games for like the past hour, it's the most convenient way. As somebody who's been playing rhythm games for a long time, I'm just used to the tilted track thing, especially like with Guitar Hero. That's kind of similar to that. So that's my final verdict. It's still a little bit difficult. I think you are working against lag with this game. So definitely turn background into image. That helped a lot. The manual calibration doesn't really work. I don't know how, because you're supposed to hit the space bar on every third beat, but it sometimes doesn't hear it or feel it. Don't know if it's just my PC or if it's like the delay with the game. I have mine at 154. No more updates on this. Sorry if you guys aren't into Infinity Nikki, but I really am, and I'm really into rhythm games. So it's like 3:15 in the morning, but I have finished the second one So this one is much better. I'm going to not take this apart. I don't feel like it. It's just too much work. I'm going to buy more yarn of this eventually, but this is going to go in my B grades. I'm just going to sell it for like, I don't know, 30 bucks or something. But this and then that. I really, really like this. I almost wish that I left this plain in a way, but if you wear it this way, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should. It just feels empty, but it's fine. I'm gonna see how other people feel about it. It looks. I love this part. The back is the back. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. I think maybe. I'll think about it. Good morning. Uh, Morning, maybe. I don't know. Let me find a better spot for y'all because that's not a good spot. This has been consistently a decent spot. So, hi, we are ready to go to Epcot. So, what we're doing today is we're going to Food and Wine, and then after Food and Wine, we're going to HHN. So, it's not going to be a long day. It's like we're planning on leaving at 1, and I think it's only like noon at this point, so it gives me time to edit my video. Plan is going to Food and Wine, grabbing a little bit of food because normally around this time during HHN, this is when we discover new foods and like new restaurants in the Orlando area. However, we haven't done Food and Wine yet, and as an Orlando local-ish, we're not actually in Orlando, but we're local enough. Not having done Food and Wine, which is like one of the staple events, is like, I don't know, like, to live in Orlando, you don't have to go to the theme parks. However, we're theme park people, so having not had done that yet, it's kind of like, oh, do you guys just hate Disney? And it's like, in some ways, yeah, but also in some ways, no. As in, like, I want to go and enjoy the parks. So yeah, we're going to eat a little bit. Oh, also over at Epcot, there's more foods that I can eat. So I'll be a little bit more full going into HHN. HHN, there's vegan options, but they're options that we've had before. Whereas with Epcot, Food and Wine, there's a lot of newer options that I've never tried before. I'm pescatarian, so I'll eat fish. So like the only things that I haven't tried that aren't new, or that are new rather, at HHN pretty much are like, I wouldn't even say the elotes are new because they've had them before, but the flamin' hot elote is new. And then on top of that, maybe it was just street corn. I don't remember. Either way, I don't think it's entirely new. And then we have the grilled gambas al ajillo, and then we have pan con tomate, which I've had both of them before pretty much. Like ajo is just garlic. So gambas, I guess that's how you say shrimp in Spanish. I don't know. But I know ajo is garlic in Spanish. And then like pan con tomate, I used to work at a Spanish themed restaurant. So I've had pan con tomate before and I'm probably going to be disappointed. However, I still want to try it because, whatever. Anyways, this outfit. So this is Erie Nuts pattern, the Web in the Breeze pattern. I made 2. This is the second one I've made. The first iteration I gave to my best friend because it was a little bit too big for me and they'd probably find a different way to DIY it. And I wasn't opposed to making another one. So here's the back and then here's the front. These shorts I've made, they're out of vintage tablecloth. I don't know how vintage it was, but it was definitely tablecloth. This shirt I've had in my closet since at least 2016, probably earlier than that. But I know for sure I've had it in my closet for the very longest time and I refuse to get rid of it. Even though it's too small for me, I want to eventually, when I get the confidence, not quite take it apart, but like piece it apart kind of. So like you can see very clearly where the seam lines are because this is a very thin fabric. So I want to like kind of trace it out and then make it a little wider for myself because I love the fit of this. I love this. I love the color. Like it's one of my favorite shirts. It's just too small for me. It's not too small, but like I'm bursting at the seams on the buttons, but luckily this ribbon that came with it covers that up. And then the hat, this is the one I finished last night. So that, and then that. I don't know if you guys can see back there, but I still don't know how I feel about the back. The front, love this. Love this so much. So I'll probably be doing this one again. I think I have one with hearts on it somewhere in here. Maybe this one? Yeah, well, just one heart. I gotta remake this one eventually. But yeah, this finished it last night. And then, of course, my arm stack, I guess. I don't know. But we don't have my shoes on yet because I don't like wearing shoes in the house. Sometimes I'll do it. But right now, because I'm working on projects for other people, I'm not going to do it. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, last night I ordered, because I did talk it through with my husband and we both agreed. And like I knew he would agree, but like I just needed that affirmation or whatever that this is a business expense. It did get a little bit over the $40 that I made. So it's because of shipping. That's basically what it was. And I hate that I had to buy so little with such high shipping prices. But Hirschner's, I bought 2 skeins of this yarn. So this is Big Twist Sparkle Twinkle. Yeah, Big Twist Twinkle in the black colorway. I can't remember what it's called. Bought 2 skeins of that, and that's it. And with a $10 shipping fee, that made it over 20 bucks. And then I bought 5 yards of fusible interfacing, and before shipping it was like 13 something, but with shipping it was 20 something. So yeah, it's like it sucks, but that's what I got to do if I want to stay in business. I mean, I'm not really in business right now. I'm just like slowly making sales and all that jazz. So whatever, maybe one day. I know right now is not the best time. We're going through a recession, probably another Great Depression, but at least I have these skills under my belt, so that's something, and I can only get better from here. So, all right, I'm going to edit my video, continue listening to Cottagecore Land Girl because she's streaming. She's making some luggage tags right now. She's getting ready to go to. Sorry, Erie Nuts just commented on my video, and I just saw that notification pop up. But she's going to Japan soon, and it's been really fun watching her like build up her wardrobe to go. She's talking about like all the stuff that she's going to do too. So like, if you haven't been catching up with her, you should. Her live streams are pretty cozy. So yeah, I highly suggest her content. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna get myself all ready. So my eye makeup, by the way, I kind of wanted to go more extreme, but then again, I remembered I'm going to Epcot, so I didn't. But yeah, all right, for realsies, I'm going to get stuff done. Hello. I don't know if you can tell, but it rained yesterday. Let me take it. There's my curl. It didn't even make it to HHN, so let me get all settled in real quick. Anyways, this is the time of the day where I just show you guys everything that I've made, and I don't have any of them with me right now. Let me go get those real quick. So we really didn't get much done this week, and I feel bad because like usually I'm a lot more craftier throughout the week. Usually I have a lot more things. I've been really tired. I think I'm just still recovering from opening week and not having those days off afterwards. So it's been rough. And then on top of that, I was put front of house more often, so I'm having to talk and mask more. And I am somebody who doesn't do that usually. I'm usually downstairs where I don't have to like pretend like I'm somebody I'm not, you know? There's a couple of reasons why I'm down there. And then on top of that, the soundtrack at work. I will remind you, I am on ADHD and my special interest is music. And when I had to listen to the same thing over and over and over again in a less than an hour loop with children screaming, one of my sensory issues are, unfortunately, the sounds of children. Like, it's not entirely the sound of children. It's children screaming and children singing out of tune. It grinds my gears. I have to take a break. I can't be near it. I have been known to put my earplugs in queue when children just start crying. And I feel so bad for the parent because like they see me doing it, but like I'm doing what I can so that your child can cry it out. It's nothing against you. I understand children are children and whatever. Getting back to everything that I've done this week. So you guys have seen this one. I wore this yesterday and it got quite a few compliments. I did get an ask, and I don't remember if it was through TikTok or what's the other site I use? YouTube. Hello. I don't remember if it's through here or TikTok. Somebody asked for a beret pattern. These star patterns, I got them online and I will try to look it up. Give me one second. Actually, let me look it up right now. So this star pattern is from Ami Amor, AMIAMO. I'll just type it. And it's a star amigurumi. Sorry, I'm gonna exit. There's too many ads. Star amigurumi crochet pattern free. I'm going to link it in this video. I promise I will do it. I just gotta remember to copy paste, or yeah, something like that. But that's what these star patterns are. These ones. Okay, so starting with this one. This one is just using a 5mm hook, using just regular acrylic yarn. This one right here is a 3.5mm hook using bamboo yarn. And then this one is a 1.75mm hook. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, 1.75mm hook using crochet thread. Same with these ones right here. These ones are the crochet thread, and then this one is the bamboo yarn. And then this beret pattern, I think this week I should really start working on the base pattern, the zine. I have it all pictured. I just need to type it all up and then have that able to distribute, because I've been asked, not only through TikTok or wherever I was asked. One of my mutuals from TikTok has asked me to measure out the dimensions, and I think they're trying to make the pattern themselves. So if I could just make it and then put it out there for free, I'm not going to do it for cost, because that's a little rude, because it's beret patterns are out there. I just have my own set that I do just because like that's my comfort zone, and I remember that pattern much better than other beret patterns. But I will be putting a zine out. I may get to that today since I have plenty of time. I was supposed to go to my eye optometrist and pick up my glasses and my contacts, but I am not in the mental health to leave this house. I am barely having I can't even talk right now. Like, that's how bad it is. I'm just like having a hard time wanting to do anything and be productive. We're getting that shipped out to closer to me because Point Sienna's far, and I don't want to drive all the way out to Point Sienna to go pick up glasses just to come back, you know? So I should be able to pick that up on Monday, and I'll bring you guys along, I guess. And then we have this one. Like, if you look at it this way, it's not bad, but like if you set it any other way, I don't like the way it looks, because like it curves out this way, and I think that's the way it's supposed to. I don't like it. I will be purchasing more of this base color yarn for sure. I have told y'all, but the pattern will be this. Maybe not on the back. I haven't made the question, but this for sure will be in the front. Back, we'll figure something out. This one, I'm not even going to post about it because I don't like it. So this is going to be in the B grades. I did talk to my husband about possibly getting another table for my booth. And he said he's going to go over to my mother-in-law's and just ask for the other table, because I have a lot of stuff. I've been working on market prep for 2 years, and now that it's time, I want to be able to display all of it. I want people to be able to look at all the stuff I've done, because I do have multiple designs. So we're going to get another table, and then we're going to hang up a bunch of the collars whenever I get to the collars. I did order it, so according to my calculations, Wawak, the order should be here by Wednesday the 17th. So I'm probably not going to finish the collar next week, just saying. And then my Hirschner's order, I can't track it right now unless something changed. I don't know when that will be in, but my Hirschner's, or what am I talking about? My Wawak order should be here soon. So next week I should be able to finish the collar pieces. I may start working on cutting out my fabric for my collab. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I have my little Hamikuma. So I wanted the keychain, but they didn't have any more keychains. And my husband had, when Hamikuma was first announced, he specifically said, I bet you will get a popcorn bucket. And we did. I think it came out yesterday. And also, another guest gave this to me yesterday, and it was really, really sweet of them. They came up to me and they're like, I'm going to give you this keychain because this is you. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, kind of like a rockabilly skeleton girl, and I love her. So, oh, also, this makes noise. Oh, hold on. I turned it off. Let me unlock it. Okay, well, it's cuter if you put it on the inside, but it's so cute. So, let's see. It's much quieter when it's on the inside, so I don't plan on keeping it on just because I don't want to waste the battery and I don't feel like changing the battery in the future. But I also used it as a purse. My phone, like, you guys fit in here, not with the mic and all, but plenty of space. I have my passes in here, and then I had a couple extra little things to pass out in here. I did end up giving away 2 of these last night. One's still wet from the other day on Sunday when it was pouring. I had my lipstick in here. Like, bare essentials you could fit in here. Like I said, my phone, I have a Samsung S24, I want to say. I don't remember. It's not the newest phone. Maybe a year or 2 ago, this phone came out, and it fits in here. And that was like the most important thing for me. I told my husband, like, what are we going to do with a popcorn bucket? Because we're not popcorn bucket collectors. However, we've happened to have collected some popcorn buckets. And I have a little boo one. Let me show you guys. Like, I know this is supposed to be a wrap up, but like, this video is really short. I have it at 37 minutes, and yeah, I'm not going to go over an hour. So let me go show you my other popcorn buckets I have. So this has been the popcorn bucket I've been using all for like the last 2 years, because I thought that this bag was missing forever. I've been using popcorn buckets as bags. Like, it's a fun, cheap way to use, like, reuse. Hold on, Apollo needs to go out now. Anyways, it's a fun, cheap way. It's not cheap. It's cheaper than most bags. Because, like, right now what's popular in the bag community in the theme parks are Loungeflies and lug bags. And those start at like $80. Real quick, look. So this still has a little bit of browning to do before it's ready to harvest. But then this one opened up recently. So the lizard doesn't have a little home anymore. It's a little bit moist because it's been a little bit moisturized outside. But we also have like so many little squares down there. So it's about ready to start making bulbs. This one down here, I think that's a square right there. Like one little square. But there's no more squares on here. So I will have to trim this. So, and also this wasp, it needs to go. But anyways, this doesn't fit the current phone that I use. It fits the phone that I was using last year. This is a newer phone. I bought this phone because, like, I generally try not to buy new phones, but my old phone, I couldn't pull all of the photos off of there and put it on my PC. I don't know what was going on. It wouldn't let me do that. And as somebody who has like most of her childhood erased because all my digital photos are stuck on PhotoBucket and MySpace. My parents did take very many photos of us. And like, I feel like I'm missing a lot of my childhood because I don't have those photos anymore. So that's why I kept the old phone. But I'm not changing from this phone for a really long time because I've been really on top of pulling stuff off of here and then putting it on my PC as a backup. So I'm not worried about losing, like, changing my phone anytime soon. Anyways, this popcorn bucket, I think last year it was $30. This one was $40 because it's from Japan, I guess. And on top of that, it's like, it's the new economy. But I remember purchasing this and then being upset. Like, a lot of people being like, I'm not paying $30 for it. But I did because I thought it was super cute. This one also lights up. I don't know if I can get you a good photo of it. So this is it lit up. And then it does have like a little thing on the bottom. If I can get you a little... I gotta find like a solid piece of area that I can show you. It has that little thing there, so that's pretty cute. It's blurry, and that's not my camera. But anyways, I've been using this as a purse for the longest time, and now I don't have to use it as a purse because, I mean, I still will probably, just during HHN, during certain outfits. But I don't have to use that. I don't feel like I need to use that purse. But I also have this popcorn bucket. We got this at not Epic Universe. We got this in Universal Hollywood. This doesn't fit very much either. This one lights up. We've been using it as like an indicator that we're open for Halloween. So on the inside, there's space. I don't think y'all fit in there. Yeah, you guys don't fit in there. But there's enough space for like makeup and, I don't know, chargers. I just gotta wear pockets with this one. This one lights up. Let me see if I can turn it on. I think the battery's dead. So anyways, this one does light up, so I just got to change the batteries for Halloween. then yeah, so those are the three. No, we have one more popcorn bucket. It's in my husband's car, and it's the Mardi Gras alligator. My husband got it for $6. So like, we were looking at it because we thought he was cute for the longest time, but we're like, do we really need him? But then we saw him in the discount store at Universal. They had like the annual pass holder store, and for $6, how could we say no? You know. So I haven't tried to see if I can use it as a purse, but if I can, I will. I will take any excuse to repurpose anything. So we did try food. I'm not going to really talk about it here. I'm going to make a little shorts post about it. And then that way I can get you guys out of here and on your way to the next video, I guess. All right. Well, thanks for keeping me company. Sorry that we didn't get much done this week. Next week, I'm going to try to get more stuff done. No promises, but we'll try. Yeah. All right. Bye.